Whew. Finally, one last step. Welcome back to 3 Piece 1 Pod. In light of the 4th movie of the franchise coming out today, we're going to be redrawing some of the Kung Fu Panda characters as humans. And before you ask, yes, one of us is drawing Tigress, so stick around to see our redesigns in our process. And don't forget, you can support us on Ko-Fi through this QR code. If you have any ideas for videos you'd like for us to make in the future, check out the Google form link down below. Enjoy!
So for my, turning her into a human, I did delve a little bit into, ancient Chinese,
time period
clothing. Yeah, martial artists and stuff like that. And I saw, the themes of, a lot of red and black, which Tigress already actually wears because her clothing is incredibly period accurate.
Research.
They definitely did their research.
Technically, the movies aren't set in a specific time in ancient China, but fans have speculated or at least gathered that it's the Tang Dynasty.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
The Tang Dynasty. Because they are kind of living in a golden age of ancient China.
Oh, that's the inspiration.
That was the conclusion that person gathered.
Something kind of more character-based, drawing from the movie specifically, is that Tigress has, the way that her arms and legs are shaped, they're kind of more rounded, and they kind of get bigger, at the end. I think it's, meant to mimic, kind of paws.
Yeah, I feel it's specifically in how, a tiger is weighted, because their paws are,
bigger.
Huge.
They have big
and also,
paws.
can't they swim, right?
Yes.
So, if they
yes.
swim, they're very strong.
And so, but normally Tigress wears, a tank top, but to, bring that through and to pull that through. So, serve, and
she's
serving.
Or was it you ate everything but the plate? What's the one that you normally say?
ate and left nothing but the plate.
Right.
I thought it's like a poem right there.
Haiku.
Really?
It's actually so cute.
For her, fires off neurons in my brain. It is just so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah,
I love it
the
so
concept art they had
much.
For this movie.
DreamWorks is awesome.
Well, I love the design. I love that you use her clothes to simulate the weight distribution in her arms and everything. And we did the little markings on her face.
I also gave I gave her little cause she has stripes all over her, and I wanted to incorporate that somehow.
Like birthmarks or makeup?
I was thinking kind of makeup because they're dark.
Yeah.
And also I gave her 2 buns for the ears because she has she's a little cat, has little cat ears, so I had to give her.
And she's a little fighter, so she can have her hair up. So
yes. Oh, and also there's a bunch of flyaways because I feel like she would not be kept together. She would. She's on top of it, but she doesn't care about that.
Yeah,
she doesn't care about looking.
She's been training all day. She's got a little flyaway.
Yeah, she's got many.
That's how it's gonna be.
We did research on the same time period, obviously.
So they're all gonna go together really well.
But it's especially how you mentioned the red. I don't have red in my design, that's how I'll explain, but that was something I noticed. They were saying red was a common color, and purple and pink. Honestly, a lot of bright colors, which I thought was interesting.
Very
but it makes sense
interesting.
That, China was very much
red and gold
and all that,
oh, I love it. So cool.
Dream team, dream squad,
the Dream SMP.
Big one for Ava. Shout out the Minecraft wolf skin. Wolf.
No, the African royal dog.
That's the only way I know about that is through Ava.
Yeah, literally, me too.
I'm it's actually the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I obviously chose Mantis because you're seeing a huge Mantis on the screen. I was a little what am I gonna do for this? I have nothing because he has no clothes at all. Yeah, sorry for the jump scare there. I was trying to get some of his face.
It's so funny. For some reason, I did not register that he looked like that.
I get to saying that he had a Napoleon complex, so obviously he's going to be the shortest king of the entire
of course,
thing.
and he's so small. I love Mantis.
I also, why did it take me actually thousands of years to realize this was Seth Rogen speaking?
It's Seth Rogen?
What? He's got the laugh and everything.
Wait, he does?
Anyway, also on the wiki they have some of the concept art and why are the expression sheets and stuff so cute.
They're so good. They're so good.
There's a paper. I don't think these were drawn originally on paper, but all of them have a paper texture. Or even if they were drawn on paper, they're very intentionally.
This movie is just actually so good.
Yeah, he was a warrior from an early age. He has a fast-paced attitude. He's also an acupuncturist. One scene I was looking up.
That's a core memory for me. Actually,
I was trying to see what the acupuncture pins look like because if you look up Tang Dynasty or just ancient Chinese acupuncture pins, there's multiple types. So I was okay, which one is it gonna be? Because I wanted to copy it from the movie. The compilation is Mantis being iconic for 7 minutes straight, which is so funny that somebody made that. But
also
also
so real.
the scene is putting the pins in Poe, and then like Tigress is mad, he's talking to Poe, and then Poe like does his face, and it's so Maya. It's so Maya.
He's like, bully.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's his personality. So you can see he's got a little bit of a witty face. Who's my favorite of the guys?
So cute. I actually cannot get over it.
I think
the
Viper
Mantis,
was my
right?
favorite girl, but not that everything has to be separated into boys and girls. Yes.
Honestly, can we make a part 2 of this just so we can design more?
No, literally. Let us know if you want to see those.
This is our video that blows up.
He has some symbols on his back. One of them is the stylized rendering of the Chinese character for longevity. He made a note to say that his age, like Mantis, he's a Chinese Mantis. Chinese Mantis only lived for like a year or something, but Mantis has been alive for much longer. It's like, he's a cartoon character. He's not a year old. He dies after the second movie.
Oh my god, that'd be crazy. They just don't include him to be like accurate.
I just gave it like a tiny little emblem on his.
I love that. That's so clever.
On his shirt. And also I went through so many websites and stuff trying to find clothing during this time, specifically for men, and also hairstyles. And there's a lot of like hanfu, if I'm saying that right. Also something that you see referenced a lot in like a lot of Chinese media today. A lot of like romance movies and stuff like that are set during ancient China. So they'll have like, the whole hanfu like aesthetic is like this thing. But I wanted to make it more period accurate. Men would grow their hair out after they reached a certain age. So it would just get long. They'd have to like tie it up in certain ways.
But he's only a year old.
I put him in a simple bun. I wanted to make sure that his little insect
antenna
things, well, also because his face, so I gave him facial hair because his face, he has those little insect things. But his antenna, yeah, I made it his acupuncture pin.
Yeah, that
so
was like the first thing
I
I noticed, how he has his little pins in his hair that look like his antenna.
No, and that works so perfectly because
it works so well.
That's what he works with.
It's what he does.
So smart.
Yeah, back to the outfit. Obviously, just basing it off of like kung fu outfits, so it's like pretty simple. But I was also looking at Shaolin. I have not checked my pronunciation, so sorry about that. Monk kung fu uniform, and it was like very plain colors. But I gave him a little bit more pizzazz in terms of the neck of his robe, because obviously his mantis version, his insect version, has a little thing.
I love it. I love it so much.
Oh yeah, for the colors too, it was like a lot of, I would say, you guys were seeing like bright colors in the women's clothing, and there was definitely bright colors in the men's clothing too, but there were certain colors that were reserved for royalty. I think gold was one of them, so I didn't really add gold. I was thinking more of a mustard, but also I was like, Tigress 5 are like highly respected, so I feel like they could have gold. Obviously wanted to be more elevated because they have funding.
I like how kind of the way you made his pants like cut off around his knees could kind of be, I don't know what it's like, his thorax kind of like kind of gives the silhouette.
Yeah, and then it makes his legs look thinner, like
yeah.
The shirt is gonna be sleeved, but the sleeves kind of similar to how Liza uses the sleeves to like show the arm shape.
His arms.
Lerb.
Great minds think alike.
That was amazing.
Yes,
and I need to draw them all together.
No, because this is actually so cute, and yeah, honestly.
And also, like, am I ever gonna watch the fourth movie?
I will say that
if it comes
one of
to
our
TV,
professors did work on the movie, so
yeah, amazeballs. Anyway,
well, iconic movie, iconic characters.
Yeah.
When I was thinking of a character to choose for this, I was trying to think about which characters I used to really like as a kid, and I kind of liked all of them, to be honest. Like, I was thinking about Mantis, and then I was thinking about Crane, and then I was like, well,
I love them all.
This was like before, well, obviously, like, you wouldn't do Tigress, Liza was going to do Tigress, but Mina said she was going to do Mantis, like, who should I do? And I was like, wait, Viper, because she's a little girl snake, and she's cute.
God, I love her.
And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to do her, and I feel like she's kind of underrated. Yeah, so my drawing is basically terrible, and I wanted to erase it and scrap it.
Oh, so you like, this was like the test, right? So
like,
so
this
is
was just
sketch,
like
right?
very
like bare bones basic mock-up.
So
it's actually so cute.
Like how we were talking about the Tang Dynasty was like the expected time period, so that's what I was really going off of with the like clothing, and also I wanted to go off her own stories. She obviously has those like lotus flowers on her head. I don't know if they're like clips. I mean, she's like a snake, so it's like a head. Obviously I had to make those her buns because I was thinking about that one item in Animal Crossing. It's like the buns with the little thing in her head, but I was like, I don't want to do like the little covers too, because then I feel like that's too on the nose. So instead I made her little earrings lotus. So they're really small.
So cute.
But I was
That's
like,
so cute.
I just want to incorporate that in some way like that. She's also personality wise wants to make everyone happy, and she's like the most compassionate, like stands up for Poe when everyone else is kind of like, hating on him. And I'm like, you know what?
Which was so messed up of them.
No, literally,
because so mean to him.
It literally like, I mean, like I get it because like you've worked your whole life for this, and then some random Poe Mo falls out of the sky.
So I was like, okay, so I want to make her like happy, and it's perfect because her colors are pink and green already. To me, like
way
every
day goes, every time we've no control.
If the sky is pink and green, if the ground.
And something I found interesting is that she is not born with fangs, which I actually I'm sure that's something they touch on in the movie, and I just fully forgot
that's
that.
so silly.
Because instead she became a ribbon dancer because she wanted to make her father happy.
No,
And-
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, and so like that was like her whole thing, and that's why she like moved.
She's very agile.
Yeah, she's very agile. This is something that came from like one of her little spin-off shorts they did, was like some parts of her backstory. So her father was like the town
Tart.
he like took care of the
town hussy.
Hussy. He like fangs were like the venom was the main thing
Oh.
that like kept enemies away.
Venom.
And one day, I think it was this like gorilla bandit came and almost
The gorilla
hurt
grit.
her father, but then she was like, "No, I'm coming to save the day," and she was able to save her father because the bandit had venom-proof armor on.
Wow.
And so it's like, okay, so the venom isn't everything.
Love.
She's able to save her dad, and that like really earns her
This
respect.
is
And that's
so
ultimately like, what
good.
led her to joining Fierce 5. Actually, apparently, Tigress was the one who invited her. So they're okay, girl.
So they're
Wow,
best
yeah,
friends.
girl,
So
best
they're best
friends,
friends. They're
and
literally
it's
best
like,
friends,
did
and
that.
they. Oh my god, I love them actually.
So with the outfit, I really wanted to. I was watching this little fight sequence with her, and at least her introduction, it didn't look like she used ribbons, even though I'm like, how would that not be incorporated in
She just like
in
snapped
some
her
way?
tail.
Well, I guess like her herself is kind of a ribbon because she's a snake. The little like ribbon to fight with, and I also put ribbon in her hair because I was like, want to incorporate the pink kind of where the lotus sits on her head in the original design. So I thought that worked perfect, and also I feel like just like the whole thing of her being a snake and being a ribbon dancer is just so perfect because it's like once again like
Yeah,
her
it's like
she
she's,
is
like,
the
the
ribbon.
ribbon.
I did the little expressions on the side just so you could see how she doesn't have where fangs
her
would
canines
be.
are missing.
Yeah.
So cute.
Stop.
And with the outfit, I was inspired by. I was looking at like common wear of women in that time period. It's all very like more flashy and very layered. But she does kung fu, so I was trying to keep in like the long sleeve and the long pants. But I did that little shirt thing over just to add in the layers, and I kept her
scale
color palette
layer.
really.
The color palette is
simple.
so good.
Yeah,
The
'cause,
color palette's very you too.
With the pink and green.
yeah, and the because kung fu outfits are also very like one color.
Yeah.
And so
Very
like,
simple.
well, this can still give me like a distinguish of like she's using different textiles, but it's the same
She's
color palette.
so
whatever.
sweetly. I want to draw all of them together.
Yeah,
So
They
so
would all go
cute.
together so well. So well.
And kung fu shoes are kind of like, I don't know, just very like a kind
very
of flat
simple, like,
sneaker, slip-on type thing. But for this, I was like, okay, also want to incorporate the ribbon dancing, and luckily like ribbon dancing kind of like ballet-esque shoes. So you
This
can't
is like-
really
this is
see
like
in this,
a-
but she would have like a little ribbon up the shoe.
Love,
up the
actually
shoe.
love that so much.
This is like what's her name from Spider-Verse?
That's what I was thinking. Gwen.
Gwen, yeah.
Spidey
But
Gwen.
I had a lot of fun with this, and you want underrated character,
She's so cute.
and I think she's adorable.
I really like your
and
composition
love her.
for this too.
Thank
I
you.
think you laid it out really nicely.